Hey, what's going on? Alright, I'm just chilling. I'll wait for you to come back there. There you go. Bogging ups, glass and water. Quality. Uh, quality bonks. Type in Ross Dude for a 15% discount. Woo! What y'all doing tonight? How's everyone doing tonight? Doing pretty good? Everyone nice and healthy? Looking forward to All Hallows Eve? Finally got my kids to sleep. Been reading Halloween books, of course. Nightmare Before Christmas, Little Critter, Trick or Treat. Um, Happy Halloween, Little Critter. A lot of Berenstain Bears. Berenstain Bears Trick or Treat. Berenstain Bears Ghost Walk. And Berenstain Bears Ghost of the Forest. You guys like this ambiance? Let me let me link this ambiance video, to give it credit. This is Halloween ambiance, cauldron sounds, ghosts, nature sounds, Halloween sounds. It was posted by Autumn Cozy. I'm gonna throw a link here in the description. I should not have my keyboard tilted on my mouse pad so it's not clunk 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 clunk. All right. There's a link in the description now. For the ambiance, if you're interested in that, and I do want to give Autumn Cozy the credit. Doing a good ambiance, and it has a pretty nice little animation video. I mean, nothing really happens. It's just got wavy leaves and jack o' lanterns with lit fires, and actually some other lanterns hanging from branches, kind of swinging around. It's nice. It's cozy. Hence, Autumn Cozy. So yeah, Halloween. Oh boy, I love Halloween. I love it. But I found the older I get, the more energy it takes. I mean, it's the same case for everything. I've come to realize that holidays are for kids, like really for kids, not just in that oh baby, they're for babies, how stupid, not just like that, but legit. Adults are what make the holidays happen. Without the income of a job, or the effort adults put in to the holidays, their kids get don't get a good holiday. And growing up, I had great Halloweens, I had great Christmases, all that. And you don't really see behind it all how much effort your parents put into it. Being a parent now, it's like, oh wow, dang, it's a lot of effort. So it is tiring. I'm just generally tired. In life, because of life, 3 kids, work, house maintenance, house upgrades, all that stuff. So it's getting a little bit harder to kind of figure out, what I like doing with the little bit of free time that I actually do have. And typically, traditionally, when I was single, before I had kids too, Halloween was a big movie month for me. Huge movie month for me. So if I can get this mic a little closer here, I can move my keyboard over here, move the mic over here. Maybe that's a little better. It was a huge movie holiday. Like I like to watch spooky movie, for Halloween, or spooky anime, or read scary books and stuff like that. But I found this year, I was like, okay, I have some time to do something. And well, I thought, well, I'll watch Ringo. And if I did a Halloween special. I made a Halloween special last year about Ringo. I I don't think I'm gonna do a Halloween special today or this year. There's just too much stuff going on, and I'm just too busy and too tired. But I wanted to sit down. I want to watch like the whole Ringu series, or the first four movies at least. And I picked it up. I looked at it, and I thought, I just don't have the energy to be scared. Seems like I felt like if I watch it, I'll get scared. I won't be able to sleep after the fact, and when I finally do, I'll have nightmares, and it'll be a restless sleep. And I just thought I can't really afford that right now. And I instead I ended up watching an episode of Dirty Pair. It's a really colorful sci-fi anime about these two space babes, essentially. Really good. Dirty Pair is really good. If you take anything away from this this chill stream, it's go watch Dirty Pair. Actually, all of Dirty Pair is on YouTube by the publisher, so I think you can watch it for free. So check it out. It's an awesome 1980s anime. Let me see if I can. Is it Nozomi? Nozomi that publishes Dirty Pair in the States. Right Stuff. Can't remember. Let me find it. It's really quite good. Really quite good. Oh yeah. Nozomi Entertainment. So they have all of the original Dirty Pair, and I think Dirty Pair Flash on their YouTube channel, and you can watch totally for free. And they're great. I haven't seen Dirty Pair Flash yet. I remember when I was 13 or 14, and when I was getting into anime, an anime magazine, or it was a video game magazine, but it had a little anime section in it. They did a little piece on Dirty Pair Flash, and I remember really wanting to watch it, but I back then I didn't have a job, so I couldn't afford anime as frequently as I had wished. So, but I'll watch it. I'll watch it soon enough when I get a chance. But yeah, the bright and colorful stuff is like kind of what I go for now these days, so that I don't lose sleep, so to speak. Yeah, Halloween. There's a lot of good movies I like to watch for Halloween. The Evil Dead series. It Follows, kind of a more recent one. within the last like 6 years or so. I thought that was a really effective horror film, and scared the hell out of me. Ringu. Ringu is a go-to for me. The American movie, The Ring, with Naomi Watts, is also pretty terrifying. I saw that movie when it was in theaters, and I went to the movie theater with the girl I liked at the time. And I was so terrified I could barely look at the screen. Like, I could barely look at it. Barely watch the film. And we left after the movie ended, and she was talking about how totally unfrightening the movie was. And I was just like, oh yeah, not scary at all. No, not scary at all. I was almost scared to tears. I was almost scared shitless. But because that movie scared me so much, had such a big impact, I became kind of obsessed with it, and that's when I figured out, it was a Japanese movie. I talk about all of this in last year's Halloween special, so I won't retread that territory. But yeah, the American version is pretty good too. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good scare. All the classic Universal monster movies are outstanding. Dracula, Wolfman, Frankenstein, The Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein, Creature from the Black Lagoon. All of those are outstanding. I love the Francis Ford Coppola Dracula movie, believe it or not. I know the angry video game nerd, or James, he's not a big fan, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty outstanding, and I try to watch that for every Halloween too. Interview with the Vampire, also very good. Classic, one that I return to time after time. 28 Days Later, probably my favorite zombie movie. I saw that movie in theaters, I think 4 times, which is more than I've seen any other movie in theaters. So, yeah, definitely had a positive impact on me. So, obviously, though, when I have free time, I've been trying to stream instead of watch movies. And I really wanted to stream Super Castlevania 4 this year, and I was almost tempted to double dip in the Castlevania collection. I have it on the Switch. But I thought, throw down another $20 to get it on PS4, and that way I could stream it with ease instead of screwing around with emulators. And I'm a little disappointed that the emulation didn't work last weekend. I'm pretty sure what happened is that the OpenEmu updated, and it updated for the next the update Mac OS operating system, and I just don't want to update to that operating system for a variety of reasons. I think that's what messed it up. And it's kind of a shame, because I also wanted to do Star Wars Shadow of the Empire later. But I tested it, and that emulation is not working either. So maybe I will, give in and upgrade my Mac OS. I don't know. I love the ambiance, by the way. I think it's awesome. Oh, I forgot to mention a Halloween staple of mine. Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat, 2008 film. It's by the same director who did the recent Godzilla King of the Monsters with King Ghidorah and Mothra and Rodan and all of them.
It's really pretty good, and I watched it. It was the Halloween right after, like I legit, I was out of the Marine Corps for 1 month. I was back in my home in Washington State, where I grew up, and I went over to my best friend's Halloween party, and I thought it was a great party. We also handed out candy to kids. I thought it was just a wonderful party. It was like one of those low key parties, like a real chill party. He had Guitar Hero out, and I was wearing a full stormtrooper armor costume. Like I'm like not just like the cheap stuff, like the whole deal. And I slept over at his place, and after everyone left, and we just chilled out and watched Trick or Treat. And since then, I watch it every year. It's like an anthology movie where it's got several different stories going on Halloween night, and they kind of cross over, and it's a little bit cheesy, but also kind of spooky, and it's sort of like an adult version, not like a porn adult, but like a rated R version of some of the old like kids Halloween trick or treat Halloween specials that you'd see, like Are You Afraid of the Dark or Goosebumps or I don't know what else, but I feel like I've seen a few sort of like trick or treat specials on like the Disney Channel or Nickelodeon or whatever. It has that same kind of vibe. It's just like a bigger budget, rated R version of those. So I absolutely love it. Can't recommend it enough. Check it out. One one book that I enjoy to read every year is a really interesting version of Sleepy Hollow, Legend of Sleepy Hollow, Headless Horseman. And well, hold on, let me grab it off my bookshelf here real quick. It's The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. It's sort of like an abridged version. Of course, the original story is by Washington Irving. Sorry. But this is sort of like a graphic novel, but not in comic book form. It's more in like just. It's got the text separate from the pictures, but the pictures are kind of arranged on the page in sort of like a comic book. And the artwork is by this guy goes by Grizz Grimley. Uh, and it's just really pretty good. It's abridged, so it's not quite the original material. But the artwork is great, and I like reading it to my son, giving him a little bit of a spook. And of course, I love reading all of the children's Halloween stories as well. Well, why don't we kick off some gum, kick off some game. Vampire's Melody here. It's a virtual novel, mind you. So this game doesn't really have, at least so far, it hasn't really had any action gameplay. It's been more about just reading, just dialogue and text, with some decision branches going on. So
if that is not your jam, that is fine. This is not my usual material, really. But last weekend, I tried to stream Super Castlevania 4. And well, it just didn't go through. So went on to Steam and bought sort of the first cheapest sort of Halloween type thing that I saw. Try and hopefully that is good. Hopefully that doesn't cut into any of my dialogue there. And it was cheap. I threw down $5, and the artwork looks pretty good. I'm actually kind of impressed with the presentation of the very minor animations in this game. If you know anything about visual novels, they have like very small amount of animation traditionally. This has a little bit more than from what the visual novels that I've played in the past. This seems to have a little bit more animation, and it's very polished. The voice actress for the girl Yella is pretty good as well. So last time, the main character, let's see what's his name? Raelian? Was running from some enemy people, some people from an enemy country, and he fell into a hole by a tree where this chick was, and fell asleep for 300 years and woke up in kind of like a modern day version of I think it's like a kind of a fantasy country. I don't know, but we'll see. Let's get into it. I'll see if the text isn't cut off here in the window. I tried to fill it up completely. Oh, it looks good. Alright, looks good. I am going to try and lower the music for myself so I can hear myself think a little bit. Where are the options? Here we go. Volume. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, that's good. Alright. The entire mansion is huge, but I can only see wooden planks, nails, and various junk scattered around. Not a single piece of furniture is in sight. And the stairs have deteriorated until one half broke off, making it impossible to go upstairs. Just like a hollowed out hole in a tree. I head outside to find some bark and dried grass in the forest, and press them together to use it as a makeshift bedding. I also obtain some wild fruits. Although they don't look exactly ripe, they are big and shouldn't pose any issues if we eat them to fill our stomachs. Want them? I bring the bark, dried grass, and wild fruits back to Yella. She doesn't seem to have recovered from her massive shock in losing all her valuables, and she just quietly pushes away the wild fruits I've offered to her. As I lie on the bark and dried grass, I recall Yella's cocky attitude earlier. I'm just going to move some windows around here for a second. There we go, so I can see the chat, if there is a chat. I'm well prepared for all eventualities. Now that I have a thrall like you, we shouldn't have any major problems. So that vault, which became easy pickings for looters, was the only thing she prepared for all eventualities. I can't help chuckling.
何笑ってるのよ。
Maybe our surroundings are too quiet, and my laughter is a bit noticeable. I didn't...
いいえ、笑ったわ。私のこと笑ってたんでしょ。
No. This girl is still extremely proud of herself, surprisingly, just like a lady from a rich family.
だから何笑ってるのよ。
I was just thinking, how should I say it? Once anyone experiences a lot of misfortune, and an additional one isn't much in comparison. Since all these things we've encountered landed us in such a mess that it couldn't get any worse, I felt relieved when I realized it, so I laughed.
あっそう。
Some of that color has returned to her face, and I'm close to laying out the makeshift bedding. Lie down. It will be more comfortable. The wooden flooring is too hard.
何言ってんのよ。あんたと一緒になんか寝ないわ。
I still have another set of materials, and I'll make another bedding shortly. Don't worry.
わかったわ。
Yella hesitates for a while, but she takes off her shoes and sits on the makeshift bed I've arranged for her anyway.
ああ、最悪。こんなガラクタの上に座る羽目になるなんて思いもしなかったわ。
Yes, I never expected that either. I was still enjoying a piping hot bowl of vegetable soup that Mr. Cook prepared for me at home yesterday morning, and everything changed in the blink of an eye.
あの財宝を集めるのにどれだけ苦労したか。あれだけあれば何を買うにも問題なかったはずなのに。過去を呪うしかないわね。
I don't know how much treasure you have accumulated, but how did you amass them? You should know that ordinary people like me would never even think of digging an underground vault, especially for storing valuables. It is quite an achievement just to fill a box with silver. You know, I kind of get that. Somehow, though, I kind of have an underground vault full of treasure. Quote unquote treasure. I guess whatever treasure is kind of in the eye of the beholder. But I do have an underground layer, which is kind of fucking cool. I'm pleased with it. I'm pleased with it. Maybe I'll make a video one day, kind of just showing what I've done to kind of touch up my basement room a little bit, because I worked on it all summer, and it came out pretty damn good. Came out pretty damn good, I have to say.
忘れないで。私は一般人じゃなくヴァンパイアよ。財宝みたいなものは勝手に貴族のもとに集まるようになってるの。
No, you said just now that you worked your blood, sweat, and tears for them. How did it become a matter of obtaining them easily from the rich?
あんたね。
Never mind. Actually, I'm beginning to get used to it, just like that time when you said you were well prepared for all eventualities. Now, I mimic her voice and facial expression, but she pinches my arm savagely before I can finish. Ouch!
黙りなさい。次行ったらあんたの口をめっためたに引き裂いてやるから。
Yes. She keeps saying she's a vampire, but other than her massive strength and bad temper, this vampire girl isn't even as scary as those human hooligans who kidnapped me earlier. Now that you're feeling better, would you like to eat something? We haven't eaten anything for the whole day. I pick a couple of fruits that appear cleaner than the rest, munch on one, and offer the other fruit to her.
残しておいてあんたが食べなさい。
She shakes her head. Are you worried that you won't have enough to eat?
Don't worry, I plucked a lot, and there are plenty of those in the forest outside. We have enough for both of us. Is she sparing a thought for me? I remember she climbed inside a window to open the door for me earlier.
いいや、食べるだけ無駄だもの。
Huh? A waste? What do you mean?
あんたバカ？言ったでしょ。私はヴァンパイアなの。吸血鬼。わかる？
Kyuketsuki. It's Nihongo for vampire. Vampira. Nosferatu. The devil's concubine. Vampire. Don't tell me you can't eat normal food.
そうよ。血液以外の食べ物は味も匂いもしなければ食べても食べなくても同じなの。
You know, when I was a teenager, I think this is common for most teenagers. Well, not most teenagers, but most, teenagers who go through some kind of weeb phase or goth phase or emo phase or something like that. Ones that kind of connect to vampires is what I'm trying to say. I liked vampires, and I'm still a fan of Castlevania and like several of the vampire movies that I already mentioned earlier in the stream. I think vampires, kind of like superheroes, sort of provide this fantasy. You're immortal. You're powerful. You can seduce. You fear nothing. You are the fear, so you fear nothing. And I think, well, at least for me, as I've grown older, I've kind of gone from wanting to be the vampire to wanting to be the vampire slayer. Because a vampire slayer, typically, is just a human, just a man, or a woman. Sonia Belmont. Anybody remember her? Probably not. Castlevania Legends on the Game Boy. Awesome game. But typically just a mortal person who takes on this superpower creature of the night. And I think that is more admirable than being the vampire. And then you have, characters like Alucard, who's a little bit of both, best of both worlds. Blade. Blade's an awesome movie. There are worse things out there than vampires. Like what? Like me. That's an awesome movie. The first Blade. First Blade's pretty good. The second one's pretty good too. Didn't really like the third one all that much. Triple H is in the third one though, so maybe it is worth revisiting. Ryan Reynolds, also in the third one. So she can't eat food. Okay. I see. As a cook, I dread losing my sense of taste the most, so I can't help feeling a little sorry for this vampire girl. By the way, why didn't you allow me to open the window earlier? I thought you said I was your thrall or something.
いいのよ。あんたには関係ないでしょ。
She lies down on the bedding with her back facing me after saying it. Why does her mood turn sour as quickly as flipping a page on a book? You going to sleep?
うるさいわね。
Good night. I eat a few more fruits to fill my stomach. Then I lie down on the bedding, curl up, and slowly drift off to sleep.
おやすみなさい。
Oyasumi. I suddenly hear her mutter the word, good night. Strange. How come I can't move?
本当にバカね。こんな簡単に騙されるなんて。金貨を譲ってくれた貴族と同じね。
Yella, why can't I move? What are you going to do to me?
バカね。お腹が空いたら食事をする。ヴァンパイアがお腹を空かせたら血を飲む。それくらい常識じゃない？
And this game suddenly just kind of fit in for Halloween. I mean, I know, she's a vampire, and that's kind of why I got it for Halloween. But up to this point, she's been really that cute tsundere, and I was kind of worried if it wouldn't be like at least a little spook. But this is kind of spook. That face is spook. I mean, it's chibi spook, but it's spook. Whoa, wait. I'm not worth drinking. And you said earlier that you wouldn't drink my blood.
餓死しそうな時にパンがまずいと思うかしら。あんたは今にも餓死しそうな時にそんないい加減な約束を気にするの？
Help! Help! She opens her blood-stained jaws wide and is coming at me. Holy shit. It's actually pretty effective.
このバカ！何わめいてるのよ！
I sit up in fright, and the tree bark on my face slides off.
まったくこの愚木！主人を起こすなんてありえないわ！
Yella is glaring angrily at me. For a moment, she looks perfectly similar to that vampire girl in my dream. Somehow. What had possessed me to believe a vampire is so... What had possessed me to believe a vampire is so easily and even travel with her to this house? Gonna sneeze here. Whoa, excuse me. Excuse me, bliss. Alright, I'm simply like a little princess who would follow others without being on her guard at all and got abducted to this place after some weird girl called me. What? Although she said earlier that she wouldn't suck my blood, can a vampire girl really keep her word? Good question.
ねえ、何ポカンとしてるのよ。あんたに聞いてるのよ。
She looks more furious, and her fangs are glinting. Wait, do you remember how many people's blood you have sucked?
愚問ね。あんたはいくつパンを食べたか覚えてるの？
It's bread, after all. I really had a premonition. Don't come over. Don't suck my blood.
あんた。
Yella pauses for a moment. Then she sighs and sits down again.
あんたの記憶は30秒しか持たないの。言ったでしょ。あんたの血は吸わない。
But what if you're starving?
いい？あんたは私と契約したしもべ。あんたの血には私の匂いが残ってる。自分の血を吸うとでも？
It works that way?
それに、私はグルメなヴァンパイアなの。病人の血、弱者の血、敵意のない者の血は吸わないわ。
Which one of those three does she consider our boy here to be? Raylan, that is. Ah, here we go. Which type am I to you?
もしあんたが私のしもべにならなかったら、それは当然弱者ね。
Guess I should be thankful, huh? I see. Being considered a weakling, I can only sniff quietly in disappointment. Should I cry or laugh? On further thought, she would have acted much earlier if she really wanted to suck my blood. She had plenty of opportunities to do so and wouldn't need to wait until now. Suddenly, some noises, which sound like metallic sheets hitting against something, are coming from outside the mansion. I look out the window to see a few men step out of a car, and they are bantering among themselves while walking toward the mansion. A few people are approaching.
ええ、悪い奴らじゃなさそうね。
What kind of people are they to you?
普通の人ね。
Do you want to suck them? Ow, it hurts. Surprisingly, she pinches me hard again. That group of people seem to have heard my voice, and they stop to look at me. Are you a vagabond? One of them comes over to a window to ask me. For a moment, I have no idea on how to answer him. But he opens his mouth immediately without waiting for my answer. This building isn't owned by anyone and will be demolished as planned. For your own safety, please leave immediately. No, this building's owner is right here. I point to Yella beside me. You say she's the owner of this building? The man laughs as if he just heard a joke. Otherwise, I glance at Yella to confirm on things.
行くわよ、しもべ。
However, I didn't expect her to give up so easily after all. You're not the owner?
300年前にこの家の主人だったと言って、誰が信じると思う？
Yella scowls at me before she steps out of this place. Wait for me. I run after her. You're leaving just like that? You're giving up even though this place used to be your home?
どうでもいいわ。必要なものはなかったんだもの。
Fine. It's your home, and not mine anyway.
何よ。何が言いたいの？
No, not at all. I just think you're quite pitiful as a rich vampire girl. Not only have you lost all your valuables, but your mansion is also going to be demolished by others. Is there a vampire in a worse state than you?
言ったわね。また言った。
Ah! Yella grabs my cheeks in one stroke, and her fingernails are digging into my skin, which hurts. Wrong. I'm wrong.
本当に憎らしい愚木なんだから。少しは悔い改めなさい。
Yella relaxes her grip, and the mood between us settles down for a moment. This calmness gradually becomes awkward afterwards. Without a goal, the air feels more chilly by a few degrees because of our wretched state. Hey, you don't feel hungry? I notice Yella is swallowing her own saliva in small mouthfuls.
ヴァンパイアは頻繁に吸血する必要はないの。一度食べればかなりの期間持つわ。
That's quite convenient then.
なんならあんたもヴァンパイアにしてあげましょうか。
Yella smirks briefly.
あんたの体中の血を吸って私の能力で私の血をもう一度あんたの体に流すだけ。
She's running her fingernail across my body while saying it, giving me the goosebumps. Don't. Sounds horrible. Don't ever do that.
人間のしもべのままにしておく方が都合がいいわ。少なくとも食料を分け合う必要がないもの。
Right. I remember the wild fruits I ate yesterday and nod in agreement. Well, Missy, what should we do now?
わからないわ。とにかく町へ行ってみましょう。300年後の町はあんなに大きいんだもの。私たちの居場所だってあるに決まってるわ。
Oh, we get a little opening. All right. Winged version. Bathrobe version. I got an achievement. Complete chapter 1, alright. It's so hot.
暑い。ゆっくり歩きなさい。太陽の下じゃ早く歩けないの。
Okay. Aren't you afraid of the sun? Legend has it that vampires fear the sun.
そうならいいと思ってるんでしょ。
She glances at me listlessly. No. I'm just curious. The two of us, no, a human and a vampire, are wandering in the city with the sun shining brightly on us. The black-colored roads have a pungent smell, and the stuff which resembles water vapor wafting out on top is giving me that illusory feeling inadvertently. Damn, let me bust out a thesaurus. Fucking visual novel game. I'm so thirsty.
そのくせよく喋るわね。
I'm just changing the subject. By the way, eating for you is akin to drinking water. How nice.
羨ましいね。その代わり、あんたたちの食べ物の味は全くわからないけどね。
That's true. What a shame. My fried tomatoes with chili and tea leaves is one of a kind. Pity you won't be able to try it.
それ本当に食べ物？豚の餌じゃないの？
What? As the only pupil of the established master chef cook, How can I allow a vampire girl with no sense of taste to say my own special dish isn't edible? You're ignorant, then. For tea leaves, chili, and tomatoes, you only need to pick any one of them, and any one will certainly find it a plate of delight. Don't you think so? Huh? For tea leaves, chili, and tomatoes, you only need to pick any one of them, and anyone will certainly find it a plate of delight. Anyone, and anyone, okay, and anyone will certainly find it a plate of delight. Don't you think so?
ちゃんと自分で食べたことあるの？
Isn't that obvious? Can anyone call themselves a chef if they don't even taste their own cooking?
あんた料理人だったの？血で料理を作れる？
What are you saying? That plaything you call blood is a monster's food? How could humans like us prepare dishes out of blood?
かわいい悪魔が血で料理を作ってくれって頼んだらどうする？さもないと首をねじ切ると言ったら？
I'm wrong. I'll definitely learn to cook a dish with human blood when I'm free.
なんてね。私もそんな料理欲しくないもの。
You have so little faith in me? I'm a...
はいはい。もう終わり。あんたと話してると疲れるのよ。口も乾いちゃうわ。
In fact, my mouth can't squeeze out a drop of saliva by now.
だったら黙ってなさいよ。
Even if I shut up, that won't relieve my thirst. We might as well get to know each other better by talking more.
そのロジックはゴリラにでも教わったの？
Logic? What is logic?
もういいわ。
Yellow looks away and doesn't want to talk to me anymore. We didn't see a single well as we wandered around. I really wonder, how do the people here get their water? I'm dying of thirst and can't take it anymore. I extend my tongue in an attempt to catch some of that water vapor in the air.
汚いわね。匂うから口を閉じてなさい。
But Yellow stops me in no time.
梅の味を覚えてる？
Plums? What's going on? How come I'm drooling now?
これは古代東洋に伝わるとある将軍の話よ。行軍中に彼の兵士たちは水を全部飲み干してしまった。彼らが喉の渇きに苦しんでいた時、将軍は前方に梅林があると嘘をついたの。それを聞いた兵士たちはたちまちよだれを垂らして喉の渇きを癒したそうよ。あんたの動きを見てこの話を思い出したの。
I see. You've even traveled to the east before? I heard that place has gold everywhere, and everyone is so rich they have cotton tied to the trees there.
本で読んだだけで行ったことはないわ。その話も聞いたことがあるけど誇張されてるだけでほとんど嘘だと思うわ。
It is false.
何？行ってみたいの？
If that part of the world really has a lot of gold, it goes without saying that anyone will probably desire to go to such a place. Don't you want to go there? Yellow shrugs without giving her answer. Water. So the water people drink nowadays are in there. Someone is holding a transparent bottle with the words distilled water written on it, and that person is coming out of a shop with the signboard convenience store.
このお店にあるのね。
The convenience store has a clean glass panel for its outer wall, so we can see the interior easily, which has an assortment of food on display at the shelves inside. There's so much food inside. Those are small pastries, and those are bread. They are all so well made.
ねえ、あの真っ赤な液体は血じゃない？そうでしょ。
Blood?
ほら、あそこ。
Yellow points to a row of bottles at one part of the shelves. Each bottle is crimson in color and really looks as if it contains blood. They can't be selling blood. Don't tell me that people nowadays do business with vampires.
きっとそうなのよ。いい時代じゃない。さあ、中に入るわよ。
Calm down. We're down and out now. I don't think the shops in this area have progressed to such a point they will give us anything for free.
じゃあ、奪っちゃえば？
Damn, this chick. Rob them directly. Okay. Rob? Don't. Let's see how things go first. It just so happens that a woman carrying a bunch of stuff has approached the store counter, and the clerk seems to be operating something there. Then she hands some colorful sheets of paper to him before stepping out of the store with her items. Did you see that? She used those colorful sheets of paper to exchange for the goods before coming out.
つまり、この時代のお金は紙になってるってこと？
We have been staring at that woman. The minute her eyes meet ours, she looks away in fear, and she leaves hurriedly while holding her stuff tightly in her arms.
わかったわ。つまり、あの紙を手に入れれば、私の城を再建できるのね。お金を稼ぐのは得意よ。
I leave it to you. Yella adjusts her sleeves in preparation for making an entry into the shop after saying it. Wait! It doesn't work that way. My instincts are telling me that if I allow her to enter, an accident is just waiting to happen. As I extend my hand to block her entry, I suddenly hear a noise that sounds as if something is sliding down. Are you alright? Then I use my outstretched arm to prevent Yella from falling down.
大丈夫よ。足を踏み外しただけ。どうして入り口に段差があるのよ。
Yes, why would you launch an attack without even looking at the terrain first?
急にめまいがして気づかなかったのよ。
Dazzled? Why didn't you say so earlier? How are you going to get money if you're dazzled? At this time, too? Don't tell me she's actually just a weak vampire girl and everything she said about riches and whatnot was only empty posturing. I am really starting to regret being her partner in crime.
うるさい。あんたのせいじゃなきゃこんなはず。
If not for me?
まあいいわ。平気よ。しもべはついてくればいいの。邪魔しないで。
She adjusts her back as if she's going to assume another new posture. You need to explain yourself clearly. What do you mean, if not for me?
うるさいってな。あんたには関係ないわ。目を覚ましたばかりでまだ完全に回復してないだけ。いいわね。
She brushes my hand away while saying it and continues to head towards the store. Wait a minute. I quickly grab her before she can get into trouble and use up a lot of my energy to get her to change course. Bang! Yellow bumps her head on the glass door, and the sound of that impact rings out.
もう私を殺すつもり？このクボク。
She's glaring and roaring at me while rubbing her head. Sorry. It wasn't on purpose. Are you alright? Maybe we were too loud and alarmed the store clerk. He has rushed over to check on us. We're okay. By the way, may we have a bottle of that blood you have inside? I have a friend who needs it, and I'll pay you a bit later. Although I'm not hopeful, I still think it's worth a shot. Stephen Clifford. What the foo? Stephen Clifford, man. How you doing? Welcome to the spooky stream. Or rather, what should have been a spooky stream, but is now a waifu stream. Although I'm not hopeful, I still think it's worth a shot. Bottle of blood? Why would our shop have such an item? That isn't one? I point to the row of red bottles, and the store clerk looks back in puzzlement to see which item I'm indicating. Of course not.
ヴァンパイア用の商品はどこにあるの？
Upon hearing Yellow's words, the store assistant looks at both of us, up and down. Are you high on drugs? Don't come to a convenience store. Go to a blood bank if you want those. Run along now. I have work to do. Are you high on drugs? Doom Eternal streams? It's been a while. I do remember. Now, Clifford, actually. And yeah, it's been a while since well, a few months. The Ancient Gods is out though, and perhaps I should purchase that and play it maybe tomorrow or this weekend. I've actually been thinking about that. I think that fits Halloween. Well, I mean, Doom kind of fits any season, really, if you ask me. All seasons are good for Doom. I think I streamed Doom 2016 for Halloween 2 or 3 years ago at this point. Is it free? I did not realize it was free, actually. I was expecting like $20, $30. Hell yeah. Alright. Fuck yeah. I'll definitely be dooming it up later this week. Alright. Our characters are high on drugs, apparently. Blood bank? The store clerk waves his arm to dismiss us. Then he turns around and returns to the counter. I'll download it, later. Not necessarily right now. The store clerk waves his arm to dismiss us. Then he turns around and returns to the counter.
あいつ絶対に
Yellow bares her fangs and is halfway through her rant before she clutches her head in pain and kneels down. You seem very weak. Are you okay?
うるさいわね。弱ってたってあんたより強いわ。
Okay, stop forcing yourself. Let's rest there a bit first. I'll think of a way. Am I on drugs? No. I'm like one of the few people that like the late 80s, early 90s, like war against drugs, like Just Say No and Dare and stuff actually worked on. So yeah. No, marijuana's even legal in my state, and I still don't even partake. Dude, I don't even drink beer. Like I like one glass of beer, and I'm good. Okay, stop forcing yourself. Let's rest there a bit. I'll think of a way. Short answer, no. Right. Short answer is no. She doesn't seem to be in good shape. Vampires are afraid of the sun, after all. I quickly help her to a shady spot under a roadside tree, and we sit there. Am I a Christian? No. Not quite. I do enjoy Christian stories, though, like old Christian literature. I actually just finished reading the children's Bible to my son, and it was actually quite good. But do I take it as truth? And am I a churchgoer? Even if I came around to kind of taking it as truth, I don't think I could ever be a churchgoer. Not quite, right? No, not quite. Also, if Christianity tells me big anime titties are bad, then I'm gonna have to go the other way. So, I have to say sorry, but I'll take my business elsewhere. My God tells me big anime titties are okay. Watch, like, the future, my kids are going to be watching this stream. They're going to be like, wow, Dad's an idiot. You're either a Christian or not. I don't think so. There's many different branches of Christianity, and I definitely I'm definitely not an atheist. I'll say that much. I'm definitely not an atheist. I kind of want to protect Christianity as like a cultural thing. So even though I'm not a churchgoer or necessarily see it as like the truth, I do kind of want to like keep it in the culture, sort of. And I mean, I do slay demons, in Doom, and that's, right? God's will, right? Oh, man. I do love slaying demons. And I like slaying vampires, too. By the way. Originally, I wanted to play Castlevania 4, but my emulator is all jacked up. So instead, I'm playing this. And I guess in one way, I slayed a vampire, but I perhaps in a different way in this game, we will slay a vampire. If you get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it looks like it. The whole keyboard. She doesn't seem to be in good shape. Oh wait, I already read this, right? I quickly help her to a shady spot under a roadside tree, and we sit there. Are you feeling a little better?
ムカつくわ。こんなくだらない店、昔からあったらとっくに私がぶっ壊してるわよ。
Just rest here a while. Yella stares at me and then closes her eyes.
太陽は嫌い。ただそこにあるだけでみんなに愛されて。
It is, this game has a pretty chill soundtrack, and I do like it. And I think that's what I like right now. A game like this is good. Well, game in quotation, because you don't really do anything except read. But Resident Evil 2 was really, really good, but it was also quite terrifying. And I think this kind of calms my nerves a little bit and gets me ready for the Ancient Gods, which is going to have my nerves up at past 100 billion%. Guaranteed. Of course, the sun is the mother of light and the shield against the forces of darkness.
今知ったらないわ。神なんて死んじゃえばいいのよ。
Simmer down. You might get struck by lightning. I used to hear those tales describing how vampires would crumble into ash if they exposed themselves to the sun. In contrast, Yella just looks a bit weak, and I can say the Mother of Light is already quite merciful.
ろくでなしのしもべく。それで何か解決策はあるの？
Doom Eternal is an amazing game. Probably the best game to come out in years. It does give you like a good whiplash though. Like it is good. And when you win, when you accomplish a goal or defeat an enemy that you've been killed by 100 times, it feels so good. It feels so good that it just really that dopamine hit is so intense. That it sometimes it's hard to even think about anything else. like when while you're playing it, Given her current condition, she will certainly need to recover her stamina. It goes without saying that I'm not exactly in a better state either as I rub my empty stomach. Easy there. Let me think. Well, the soundtrack's really good. Soundtrack's really, really good. I don't know which one I prefer though, soundtrack-wise, Doom Eternal or Doom 2016. As a matter of fact, I think Doom 2016 is a more fun game than, not Doom 2016. Doom Eternal is a more fun game than Doom 2016. But I think Doom 2016, in some cases, does a better job with atmosphere. It's kind of neat because Doom Eternal is not a replacement for 2016. Like there's still a reason to revisit 2016 Doom. I think a lot of games that come out these days, their sequel comes out and it's kind of like, well, there's no real reason to go back and revisit the old game, because it's essentially is the old game but just an update. But Doom Eternal is different than Doom 2016, and I think that's kind of cool. Rip and tear. All in all, the most important thing is money. You ain't wrong. With money, we can get blood from the blood bank, bread from the convenience store, and we can live. AKA, Raylan's going to have to get a job. Or Yayla, one of them's going to have to be the breadwinner here. It is. Doom 2016 is still good. Like I said, I think Doom Eternal has more is a bit more fast paced and the flow's a little better. And and I kind of like I like the variety, the platforming. I know a lot of people don't, but I think it's a good addition. Doom 2016 doesn't have that kind of platforming. But even the graphical style is different. Doom 2016 kind of has a more of a realistic look to things, whereas Doom Eternal has the hyper stylized kind of look, which I think are both great. I don't have a preference either or. I think they're both good and they both have their place. Rape and tear, everybody. Maybe this game is rape and tear. I don't know. I think if anything, the vampire chick would rape our boy Raylan here. Yeah, well, we'll see. Let's carry on, shall we? Most important thing is money. We can live if we have money, and that's true in real life too. This game preaches the truth. How are we going to get money safely? I'm a cook and might be able to work at a restaurant to earn some money. I can surely find one that will hire me because the city is so big and I'm quite confident in my culinary skills. Problem is, it would be too slow to earn money this way. By the time I get my salary, Yela may have starved to death. But I have no other skills except on how to cook. Find work as a mason? A laborer? Dude, just go to the temp agency, man. That's how I got my job. Go to the temp agency, be a temp for a while, and then get hired in. You learn a trade. You learn a useful skill that you can earn some money off of, and then you can YouTube on the side as a hobby. Playing vampire dating sim games. I would need to toil for at least a day before I could get any wages for this kind of work. Well, I mean, at least one shift. It's not a whole day. Is there a faster way? Yeah, but you're not going to like it. Dude, join the military. Instant pay. Instant pay and college. Paid for. That's what I did. As I think hard about my options, I notice a male passerby is placing money into a cup on the roadside, and a wrinkled old man is seated behind the cup. Oh, he's gonna beg? He's gonna beg? Oh man, you can't let Yela starve. Sure, she's a little rough around the edges, but she's got a nice rack. They can still do this? As I stare in astonishment, another woman comes over from the other direction, passes that cup, and tosses a few coins inside. Do the beggars nowadays have such low standards? They only need to display a cup and they'll get money in no time? Yeah. I mean, I don't condone it. I don't condone. I think they should be providing something, some form of entertainment or wisdom or, something. I like this voice actress too. To be fair, I like the voice actress a lot. I think she's nailing it out of the ballpark. Hitting it out of the ballpark, as they say. I guess you could say the tsundere types suit my fancy. I was a big fan of Asuka Langley Soryu in Neon Genesis Evangelion as a teenager. A lot of people liked Rei Ayanami, she's sort of the deadpan shy trope in anime. But I liked Asuka because Asuka was fiery. She was more energetic. She was more lively, and I was drawn to that. And this Yayla is this similar type of character. Of course, now that I'm older, Misato is the only waifu option when it comes to Evangelion. So, Misato for life.
何か言った？
It seems she has recovered a bit and reopened her eyes, but she's still a little groggy. I have an idea. You should rest here first. I'll be back shortly.
え？どこに行くの？
Earn money. Dude, begging is not earning money.
何よ？どうやって？
Don't worry. You'll see it shortly. I get up and look around.
待ちなさい。遠くへ行っちゃダメ。離れたら死んじゃうのよ。
Yella grabs one corner of my shirt. I know. I'll become a skeleton, right? I won't go far. I see a metallic drum nearby, and it's filled with all kinds of junk. It should be a garbage bin. I'm going there, and won't die, right?
いいわ。
I head towards the garbage bin, rummage through it, and find an empty metallic container that resembles the cup in no time. I can barely make out the words. Tin synthetic fish? Look. I smugly bring the tin back. Yella just glances at the thing in my hand before closing her eyes again. She looks weaker than before. Dies. He walks over and dies. Don't tell me she's close. She's close to her death. She's close to her death. If I could read, that'd be great. Don't tell me she's close to her death and appear euphoric just now. Will I turn into a skeleton instantly if she dies? This isn't good. I quickly place the tin in front of me and copy that old man by creasing my forehead and sitting backwards at an angle. I seem to have disturbed Yella, and she forces her eyes open to look at me. Don't worry, just rest for now. We'll have money in no time. I gesture at the tin in front of me, then point to that cup before the old man nearby.
これが何の役に立つのよ。
As her voice trails off, a passerby tosses 2 silver coins into my tin. Thank you, thank you. I quickly beam and express my gratitude. That person smiles at me before walking off. Look.
そんな、まさか世の中ってこんなに変わるものなの？
Right. You can rest without any worries. By the time you wake up, we'll have money.
わかった。それじゃあ休むわね。
Yella relaxes, closes her eyes again, and is snoring in no time. I wonder if vampires see black mountain goats in their dreams. Why would anyone see black mountain goats in their dreams? Is that a cultural thing? I've been to Japan a few times. I've never heard of black mountain goats in their dreams. Maybe this is a cultural thing in our boy Raylan's fantasy culture. Because I think this is a made up like culture that he comes from, that they're into. But why would anyone dream of black mountain goats in their dreams? Clifford, you got any black mountain goats in your dreams, my man? Yeah, I'll see you next stream. We'll kill some demons, maybe some angels. I don't know. We'll doom it up next time. Sound good? Have a good night, man. Be safe. Have fun. So Black Mountain Goats. All right, I wonder. I wonder, does she see Black Mountain Goats in her dreams? Random, but I'm wondering. Thank you. Another person throws money into my tin shortly after. Looks like earning money this way is even faster than I thought. Is there a need to work at all then? Is this game frowning on work? Is this... What is this? If this is some sort of like just go out and beg for money, you don't need to work type game, I'm gonna have to stop. Get a job, people. I might become rich by simply lying down here. Just when I'm rejoicing at my luck, the old man sitting under the shade earlier suddenly comes over menacingly. Well, yeah, you're riding his free coattails there. Taking his business, his free money business. Of course he doesn't like that. Hey, youngster, you're in my territory. Scram. We gotta fight. We have to fight. How did it become your territory? I didn't take your spot. You can ask around. I have been begging here for 20 years. Every person around this place knows me. 20 years? Bro, 20 years, my man? 20 years you've been begging? You telling me you haven't gotten enough money in that time to buy yourself a nice pair of clothes, a nice set of clothes, to get yourself an interview at the supermarket that I just came from? 20 years? What have you been doing for that